I'll tell you right now that if this training isn't changed, this is going to happen again.
It's been 2 years since Joshua Wright was shot and killed by former Hays County Corrections Officer Isaiah Garcia at Seton Hays Hospital in Kyle. Garcia's body camera captured the shooting and the moments leading up to it. The footage shows him chasing Wright in the hospital before firing his gun at Wright 5 times, hitting him twice in the back. Jeff Edwards is representing Joshua Wright's family in a wrongful death and excessive force lawsuit filed Wednesday.
It is unreasonable what he did. He shot a man in the back who didn't pose a risk of escape or a risk of danger to anybody.
The lawsuit is seeking an unspecified amount of money and damages for Wright's family and accountability from the Hays County Sheriff's Office.
Yes, those damages are immense and stratospheric. But the other benefit of a civil rights lawsuit is any competent sheriff is going to look at what happened and say, what could I do to stop this in the future?
A deadly conduct indictment against Garcia was dismissed earlier this year, despite his admission that he could have used his stun gun instead of a handgun to subdue Wright. Garcia also admitted receiving a lack of training from the sheriff's office. He later was fired and lost his peace officer's license.
Now, if that's true, then that is on the sheriff of Hays County, because that is a glaringly deficient and flawed training program.
Edwards says the family of Joshua Wright still grieves the loss of their loved one.
A mother is grieving in a way that only someone who's lost, someone close to them can know. And a little girl still doesn't have her dad.
I've talked about a lot about these kind of police shooting cases like this, and it's so amazing that these are still going on. Personally, I think this is a great case for the family. This is a death that didn't have to happen, a death that shouldn't have happened. I don't think anybody thinks shooting a guy in the back a couple of times is reasonable, especially if there's not a weapon involved. I mean, you can see from the video yourself that I just don't see a lot of threat here. I mean, somebody running is not a terrible threat in the absence of having a weapon or something crazy like that. So it's also pretty clear that the police department was not doing a whole lot in the way of training, because in most states, particularly in California, this is just not allowed. You have to have training about, when you pursue somebody, when you can use lethal force and any of that kind of thing. So in California, in all likelihood, the cop that shot him would likely be charged with a homicide, and the police department would not have immunity to this and would be held responsible for these damages for the wrongful death. And that would be pretty stratospheric. And part of that is to get these police departments to follow the policies and the procedures so that these kinds of mistakes don't happen. I don't know how long it's going to take for the rest of the police departments across the country to get the message, but until they do, these lawsuits are going to keep happening. Hopefully people will start to learn. It's tragic, but unfortunately, it is what it is. Let us know what you think in the comments below. And while you're down there, please like and subscribe. Thanks again for watching.